Sparkling fire, have a Merry Christmas Day. Find a broomstick in your stocking, singing you the magic of this place.
Join the owls' joyous flocking on this Merry Christmas Day. Ding dong, ding dong.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Theater of Blood Horror Show. I am your host, Tony.
I'm your host, Matt.
And we are back for a holiday episode.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to everybody.
That's right, and we thought we'd bring some Christmas cheer. Scratch that. Nay, Christmas fear.
I read where you were going
Isn't
with
that
that
great?
one. Yeah.
But no, we
did not arrange that ahead of time.
no.
Yeah.
But we are here the week before Christmas. The week of Christmas. We are 5 days out.
It's Christmas week.
When
It
you
is
hear
Christmas
this,
week.
folks, it will be 4 days out.
If you can edit it together that
If I can,
fast.
I can do it. I'm a good editor. So we thought we would do holiday, Christmas and New Year's themed horror films.
Yeah, holiday themed
Yes.
horror films. I mean, if you want to
Holidays
talk
from
about
this year.
horror films that are themed around holidays,
We'd
that
be
list
here all
could
night.
go.
It'd be a four episode stretch. There
Every
we are.
holiday
Yeah.
has at least like
Yeah.
10 to 20 films.
But no, we thought this is a perfect thing, perfect subject for the season. And
Agreed.
since we're a horror show, we can't talk about National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I'd like to.
I still
I'll
love
talk
the
about
movie.
it on the other show.
Mhm.
Yeah, I love it too. I have the Blu-ray.
Well, unless Randy Quaid goes psycho and starts murdering people.
Randy Quaid
But so far, he's
needs
just
some
bad
help.
at paying
He and
his
Shelley
taxes.
Duvall need to go to a doctor and get some help.
Oh God, yeah, you just showed me that interview, and
Yeah.
my God,
Let
Shelley
me tell you
Duvall.
something. The Theater of Blood Horror Show and Widescreen podcast both wish Shelley Duvall the best. We hope that she fixes her stuff.
Yeah, I
as
mean,
they say in the medical field.
well,
fixes
or
her
that
stuff.
someone can find a way to help her, because obviously,
No,
it's
she needs
no
help.
fault of her own. It's
She needs
it's
help.
Mental,
Dr. Phil can go suck an egg,
Yeah,
and somebody
Or
needs
dick.
to get her some serious help. You know,
yeah.
it's sad, and I'm sure all of you know Shelley Duvall has gone a bit cuckoo. Another medical term, I believe.
But at least you can see that she has aged. Obviously, she's lived a long, full life.
She has.
I
but
hope it's something that's only
let's keep the
sprung
mind
up
going.
recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not like she has dementia.
Well, we don't know that.
Well, no, dementia isn't talking about. She's just talking.
No,
stuff.
that's true. Like it's
She's talking about the
incoherent
Bermuda
babble.
Triangle on her chest, and
Yeah,
it doesn't
and
make
she
any
doesn't want to be a
sense.
chia pet. And
She doesn't
what?
want to be a chia pet. She promises she's not calling Bette Midler a whore.
Even though she's talking about hornets.
Yeah, I don't understand.
like
she's not
Yellow
calling
Jackets.
Chicago a whore either.
or
It's
the
re-
band Chicago.
It's really sad.
you
And we're
whore.
laughing, but it's really, really
I
sad.
disagree. I actually think the band Chicago is a whore.
I do think the band Chicago is a whore.
Prostitutes.
I hate them. I've never liked them.
No.
Nothing.
Whores.
And you know what makes me hate him even more? They begat Peter Cetera and his fucking solo career. Jesus.
More whoredom.
That's more scary than anything we'll ever discuss on the Theater of Blood Horror Show. Peter Cetera solo career.
Yeah.
That's horrific.
I would agree.
But
So anyway.
anywho.
So
Nothing.
holiday horror films.
Yes. Holiday. Our
horror.
subject tonight will be holiday horror films. And I'll start with
Go
one
for it,
that I
sir.
can't stand.
All right.
Silent Night, Deadly Night.
All right.
A lot of people like it.
I love it.
I don't.
So we're immediately starting off on that back and forth.
You bet.
So Silent Night, Deadly Night was damn entertaining, and it was a monumental thing for one first entrance, I believe.
First what?
First entrance for an actress who I believe you've talked to, and we
she
might
is
interview.
in Silent Night.
Yeah.
Yes, hopefully coming in 2017 on this podcast. The great Linnea Quigley.
Linnea Quigley.
Linnea Quigley was in Silent Night, Deadly Night.
And I do believe it was her first.
Was that her first movie?
Yeah, I think it really was. If not, I'd be mistaken.
Well, yeah.
And she was staking on antlers.
She sure was. She was plopped right on some antlers. That was her big death scene. And
Naughty!
and I think the most famous death scene from the movie.
Yeah, I would say. I mean, it kind of started her kind of Scream Queen career, so to speak.
Yeah, look, I give it a 2 on 2 out of 10 stars on IMDb. Yeah.
Oh, they got 5.9.
Yeah, by other people.
Yeah.
Not me, fella.
Oh, no. I mean, I could see you doing that about part 2.
Oh, for Pete's sake. I actually saw that. And that's
Garbage Day!
I stopped there, yeah.
It's Garbage Day!
But no, Silent here, tell them the plot for those who don't know.
So the plot for this film is an orphan boy whose parents were murdered by a hitchhiking person in a Santa Claus costume, giving him a fear of Santa Claus.
A dirty one.
Proceeds to grow up his rest of his life in an orphanage, being mistreated, having a fear of Santa Claus, and one day he just snaps and he becomes Santa Claus and wants to punish the naughty.
And there it is.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And then your standard slasher film from there with Linnea Quigley.
And just for all you trivia hounds, it was not her first movie. It was her 16th.
Okay.
But it was, I'm sure, the one that started her on her
horror. Yeah. Scream
Queen. Yeah. So stay tuned for Linnea Quigley. She's coming next year, 2017. Yeah, I was just never a fan of Silent Night, Deadly Night. I just can't.
Bully stealing a sled, and then he chops one of their heads off. I mean, it's the ultimate penalty.
I rewatched it, I want to say last year. Maybe it was the year before that.
Okay.
And yeah, it went down even more. I was like, I remember it kind of being alright on the kills. Yeah, I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I can't do it. But, it's popular in the horror community.
I thought it was fun for the time, and it has a fun pace to it.
Yeah.
A bit of serious, a bit of doesn't take itself too serious.
And it's
a good
we
mix.
must warn people, it's really low budget.
Oh, very.
It's
very.
really, really low budget.
Now, not nearly as low budget as the sequel.
No.
Which has a great... I mean, it's just a terrible movie, but it has one great scene. And by great, I mean it's so laughably bad. When he goes out with a gun and just starts shooting people in his neighborhood.
Uh-huh.
And he shoots the garbage man. Garbage Day!
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's just one of those universally, famously terrible scenes in bad movies.
Yes, you are correct on that one.
Yeah.
Here's one that I only saw once. From 1972, Silent Night, Bloody Night.
Oh, I do remember them trying to cash in. They're trying to cash in on a B movie.
Yeah.
Come on.
Right, yeah. Well, no, this was first. This was Silent Night, Bloody Night.
Okay,
from 1972.
Is this the one with the guy who moved into the mansion?
Yeah.
Okay,
There's an axe killer.
Yeah.
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 It's fine. The great Patrick O'Neal. The great Patrick O'Neal was in it.
Oh, Patrick O'Neal.
Matt doesn't know who Patrick O'Neal is by name. He was a fine little actor. Did a lot of movies, a lot of TV in the 70s. Was always a bad guy.
Okay.
But he's in it. Yeah, it's they move into a house and there's an axe killer who escaped from an asylum. You know the drill.
Yeah.
You know the drill in horror. I
mean,
mean,
is it the same guy? I mean, it sounds like the same backstory.
I only saw it one time. It's fine.
Yeah.
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 We want to warn everybody. We're starting out we're saving our big guns for the end of the episode here.
Yeah.
You're going to hear, like, most of the ones we start out with, I'm probably going to be saying, yeah, I didn't like that either.
Well, I mean, in doing research about this, we found that there just aren't many...
There aren't that many
Christmas-themed horror films that we really enjoy or thought were top-notch.
No.
There are a few. Don't worry, we'll get to them.
Well, they're coming, and they're coming hard.
We're
going to end this... We're going to end this show like the 4th of July.
So
I'll leave it there.
I'll go on the next one. And again, not one that I like. Jack Frost.
Do I not like it? I think, yeah, I don't like it.
No,
but I don't hate watching it.
Yeah, it's corny fun, and he's got his one-liners and everything, and some inventive kills. You know?
Yeah, but he looks dumb. Look at that.
It just, it doesn't.
He looks ridiculous.
I want you to, at least at some point, give me a suspension of disbelief. Let me believe that this crazy world that you live in is real, and don't always slap me in the face that I'm watching a movie. And that's not budget sensitive. Look at a movie like Scarecrows or Dark Knight of the Scarecrow. Those are two horror films.
Dark Knight of the Scarecrow is a very good movie.
Both of them. You didn't like Scarecrows?
I like it. It's not a good movie, but the Scarecrow stuff is really good.
Where they rob something and they're parachuting out of their plane and they land there. I thought Scarecrows was very creepy, and Dark Knight of the Scarecrow. And both of those obviously had no budget whatsoever.
No.
Yet they came up with something very good.
Sure.
This film, Jack Frost,
1996, by the way,
had that same type of budget, but they just didn't pull it off.
No, they sure didn't. He's it's kind of a mixture. What would you say? A little bit of Shocker.
Yeah.
A little bit of Fallen with Denzel Washington.
Exactly, like
mixed with a Christmas theme.
Almost
Child's
Chucky.
Play.
Yeah, almost
Child's
Chucky.
Play. Sure.
Lakeshore Strangler transfers his body into somebody else, and this time instead of a doll, it's a snowman. So Frosty got pissed, and now he's going to rape your mother.
And you're thinking the whole time, and I know we shouldn't think this way, but you're thinking the whole time, let's throw some light on him, melt him, he's done. But they don't do it. But I guess he's supernatural, so maybe that wouldn't have worked.
Yeah, I know. He'll evaporate and then come back like he did in other movies. And so how do you kill him if he's water-based?
Yeah. We're splitting hairs over Jack Frost and how to kill a snowman.
Well, I think everybody does that.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You don't want to find what's possible, what isn't.
Listen, you other film podcast. You debate 2001 all night if you want to. We're going to debate the intricacies of Jack Frost. So you do what you need to do.
Hey, why did all the snowmen line up on the corner on Thursday?
I don't know.
They heard the snowblower was coming.
Oh, I kind of knew that's where that was going.
What's the difference between snowmen and snowwomen?
Snowballs.
Snowballs.
Listen, here's one that neither of us have seen, but we want to put it out there because we're going to try and find it. Treevenge.
Oh, yes, he read me the synopsis earlier.
2008.
And I'm in. I want to see it.
It's about a bunch of Christmas trees who are sick of being, they call it defaced, with all the ornaments, and being forced to stand in people's homes. So they lay waste to an entire town.
You dress me up with lights, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Stick them up your butt.
They kill, and the trees rise up and kill a town. Slaughter a town. That's the description.
Wow.
Spoiler alert. The trees slaughter the town. So
Sounds just like Jack Frost.
Right, yeah. So Treevenge from 2008, excuse me. Treevenge 2008. We haven't seen it. But with that synopsis, and if you're a horror fan, how can you not?
I'm just picturing trees and going into people's orifices and
boy. Well, hey, we saw that in The Evil Dead.
Yeah, that's true. I think that was my comment when you first read it. I was like, it's like the Evil Dead tree rape scene times 1,000.
Greatest tree rape scene ever.
Oh yeah.
And the joke there is it's probably the only one.
Tree rape scene. Right.
Yeah, for those of you playing at home.
But hey, for as ridiculous as tree rape sounds, they managed to make that scary.
No, they did. It's a creepy sequence.
It is a.
And when
overall,
the last branch goes in, it's like, wow.
Yep.
Yeah. You're not laughing. You're laughing later when you're telling people about it. When you're watching it, you're in complete and utter shock.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Right in the kisser.
Yeah, right. Right.
Pow, right in the kisser.
Yeah, right. You beat me. The Children.
Oh.
That was one of the After Dark film festivals.
Yeah.
If I'm correct about that.
Okay, The Children. What, not to be confused with The Children, the 70s film, or was it 80s? It was the early 80s.
80s, yeah.
Which I actually thought was pretty creepy.
It was okay.
I liked The Children.
It was alright, yeah. It was alright.
All right, so I'm going to go on a side tangent real quick.
Side tangent.
The Children, an old movie. These kids in a school bus drive through a nuclear waste cloud.
Dumb sons of bitches.
And then it turns them into zombie monsters that if they touch you, you will melt.
Yeah, they don't eat you.
They don't eat you, but if they touch you, you will melt. And they want to touch you really bad. And they want to touch all their family members and everything. And
yeah, they love them.
It had a creepiness to it that I enjoyed. It had a cheesiness to it that I enjoyed even more.
Are we sure it's called The Children?
I think it was called Children.
Just Children.
I thought it was The Children.
I don't know. We'll find it, folks. We'll figure it out for you. Yeah. But yeah, no, you like it better than I do. I saw it once. I'm good. You know?
That's true. We're not finding it on IMDb right now.
But The Children, from 2000.
It sounded right to you. You know
yeah,
what
no,
movie
I know.
was talking
I know
about.
exactly. I've seen
so
it.
It is The Children.
Yeah.
It has to be.
All right.
Yeah.
But The Children we're talking about, 2008, set during Christmas vacation.
Right.
Children turn on their parents at a house in England. But it's English, right?
Yeah, kind of a play on Children of the Corn, almost.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess the children rose up there, yeah.
Children rise up and kill the adults.
I tell you, it was better than Children of the Corn.
Well, I love the short story.
But I don't like children either, by the way.
But
the Children, it was okay. But it was Christmas holiday.
But wait. So you're actually saying it's better than Children of the Corn?
Yeah, I despise that movie.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
When I should say when we do a Stephen King show, that is in my top 3, if not top 2, worst Stephen King adaptation.
Yeah, just behind Shawshank Redemption, which everybody hates.
Yeah, that's just a horrid. No, I don't hate it. We need to do a Shawshank Redemption show on White.
Just Shawshank.
Just to talk about it. Yeah.
I mean, it turned Morgan Freeman's voice into that smooth butter that everyone wants for every commercial.
And
everything
damn it
afterwards.
for doing that.
Yeah, well, I mean,
if I hear him narrate one more goddamn thing,
it's not his fault.
I'm gonna just rip my own face off.
Hey, would you like a paycheck for saying these lines?
I know.
Sure.
Look, I know.
Bobby walked into a bar one day and.
Yeah. Anyway, The Children. This is a good thing about it, folks. We get back on track.
Every once in a while.
No, The Children, 2008 was part of the After Dark Horror Fest. It's still, it now goes straight to on demand. Family, it's 2 separate families, or is it 3 separate families?
Yeah.
On holiday, they rent this big house in England, and for the Christmas holiday, and the children attack. And I believe, if I'm correct, I only saw it twice.
I saw it once.
There's no explanation for it. The children just get all creepy
they just
and
turn and start killing the parents.
Yeah, and horrifically.
Yeah. And they're
bloody,
helping
brutal.
each other, and they're egging each other on to do it, and it's just like all of a sudden they turn.
Yeah. Merry Christmas. Yeah.
Yep.
I saw it twice just because.
That was a part of the After Dark.
Yeah.
Film festival.
The second one they had.
Yeah, with Penny Dreadful and
which is one of my faves.
Penny Dreadful was really good.
You know what? We will do a podcast on the After Dark film series.
Yeah,
that'll be fun.
I need to rewatch them, refamiliarize myself.
I need to rewatch some of them. It's not the most successful series, but let me tell you, it's worth it. There's some
Grave Dancers was in there, wasn't it?
Oh yes, it was.
Oh God, that was
for better or worse. Yeah, but no, The Children. I didn't not like it. I didn't. It was okay.
I remember that being one of the better ones.
Yeah, it was alright. It's well done. It was just kind of there. Like how I described it, there's nothing more to it. There's no subtext. There's no explanation. They get together for holiday, and it takes a long time to get started. I don't mind a slow build, but when you do a slow build in horror, you have to pepper it with hints of things to come. This wasn't. We sat through the first half hour of the movie with everybody talking and drinking eggnog and, you know what I mean?
Let's establish that the kids are normal.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's an okay movie. The children. The person I saw it with, I believe Tiffany Sisman and I saw it, and I think she liked it more than I did. So, Tiffany, when you're listening, let me know. Put it on the page. But it came out the same year as Treevenge.
Which I never
Which I really... We had Matt and I are horror connoisseurs. Matt and I could teach a class in horror films from the silent era to today.
Yeah.
And neither of us had ever heard of Treevenge.
From the original Frankenstein or Nosferatu to whatever crap fest just hit the theaters.
Yeah, to Scream 90 to Saw 50. But we've
Rocky
never...
5.
But hey, that was...
1,000.
Oh, yeah. But we've never heard of Treevenge. So, yeah.
What was that from, though?
I don't remember.
Rocky 5. 1,000.
RoboCop?
Mel Brooks.
Was it? Which one? Which one was that from?
What could be in an age or era where there'd be a Rocky?
Spaceballs.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. It's been a while.
He gets the prize, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Gets the prize.
So our next one, and we promise we're getting ones we're going to glow over. Our next one, Silent Night. I don't even know if Matt's seen that. It's a weird remake of Silent Night, Deadly Night. Yeah. But the guy who did it, I believe his name is Stephen C. Miller, apparently is a big fan of...
He just said, I believe his name is, as he read it off the computer.
Yeah, I read it right off of that. But Silent Night from 2012, directed by Stephen C. Miller. A vicious killer dressed as Santa Claus hides in plain sight during a small town's annual Christmas festivities. And he goes around shooting people, hacking people up. It's not an awful movie, but, excuse me, the guy apparently is a big fan of Rob Zombie's Halloween.
Okay.
And I say that because, number one, Malcolm McDowell's in it. Okay. But he is the town sheriff, and the look of it is the same. The way he shoots, the way he lights,
right,
is exactly how Zombie did it in Halloween.
Very visceral.
But also the squad cars, the way the police dress, the sheriff, Malcolm McDowell, and everybody. It's exactly the style that Zombie put Sheriff Brackett in his Halloween remake.
Right.
And
being Brad Dourif.
Brad Dourif, yes. But it's not a bad movie. It started out pretty good. I reviewed it when I was reviewing movies for hellnotes.com. I remember giving it a kind of a backhanded positive review.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
It's all right. It's worth it. I think it's a better movie than Silent Night, Deadly Night, for sure.
It seems to be higher on the list than where we started.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
We had the cream of the crop.
Exactly. But no, Silent Night, Deadly Night. A guy dressed as Santa going around killing people, and
Silent Night.
Or sorry, yes, Silent Night. Pardon me. Silent Night, 2012. It's okay. It's fine. You know, I think people who like horror with no reason will enjoy it. I mean, it's fairly well made. Malcolm McDowell's in it. And, you know, most of the kills are cool. And when you find out who the Santa is, that's actually kind of cool. I won't spoil it, of course. But yes, Silent...
I can see it. I mean,
yeah.
If you say it is okay, it's worth a watch.
Yes, and I'm saying this to you and our fans and listeners. Hopefully they're one and the same. I'm giving it a backhanded good review. You know, it's not... Yes, just know that going in. Backhanded good review. But, yeah, Silent Night 2012. Check that out.
Worth a watch.
Yes. All
right, so I guess we'll have to roll on here.
Rolling on.
Rolling on. All right, so next I'm going to talk about we're talking about Christmas. I think we can also fit New Year's in here. If you're talking about slasher films from the back in the day, New Year's Evil.
Yay!
Which I love the old poster of the guy bursting through the calendar
with a knife. A switchblade, nonetheless.
Yeah, exactly. Back before the switchblade was illegal.
Yeah. Those were the days.
Dude, I didn't realize that butterfly knives had been made illegal in Maryland. And I couldn't buy one anymore.
Wow.
And I wanted, I was like, I miss having a butterfly knife. I know how to use one pretty well and all the little tricks. And I wanted to buy one just so I could play with it, with my hands. And I was talking about a knife, not my penis.
Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah. I used to say that when I used to cruise the Taiwanese hooker. New Year's Evil, 1980.
Yeah. But,
I don't like it.
It's not a good movie, but it follows your standard slasher fare. But I'll tell you what, Anthony, I set up the last one. You set up this one.
Okay, but real quick on New Year's Evil, you should tell them what it's about.
That's what I'm saying.
Do you remember?
You set it
up.
Okay.
I
set up the last one. You set this one up.
Just off the top of my head, during a New Year's Eve celebration, a punk rock singer gets a phone call saying that when New Year's Eve strikes, in each time zone, somebody will be murdered, blah, 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 and then they will be the last one. It's a horrible, horrible film, in my opinion. It's all disco. It's right at the end of disco.
Yeah.
It's all set in downtown LA, but they don't make it creepy. It's, bless you. God bless you.
Oh,
God bless you and yours. Yes. But I
think I'm getting that lovely Christmas cold.
Yes, the up and down weather. But I just never did, and that's funny because I did watch this recently. I watched it in October during my horror-thon. Because I said, you know what, I haven't watched that in 20 years. And about an hour in, I remembered why I hadn't watched it in about 20 years. Yeah, I don't like it at all. I don't know. Here's what I like about it. The tagline on the poster.
Yeah, the kills weren't inventive or creative. The storyline wasn't inventive or creative.
No.
The acting was subpar. The directing was subpar.
Yep.
The coloration was subpar. I mean,
it's just bad.
Beginning to end. Music was nothing to write home about.
No.
Nothing. No one quality that'd be like, at least it had this.
And mind you, if you're saying to yourself while you're listening to this, we're halfway through the show, and they keep putting stuff they don't like. Well, this is a show about holiday horror.
Right.
Christmas and New Year's themed holiday.
And I did say before,
they're not all going to be good.
Yeah, you're going to find quite a few of these are not good.
Yeah, because guess what? Next year we'll do a holiday horror on all the other holidays. And we got a lot of bad ones for that one, too.
Well, especially since the movie Halloween came out.
Yeah.
And
that's when everybody said that we just have to pick a holiday.
Yep. Pick a holiday and create a horror movie.
And you've got it all. You've got it all. I think maybe the 4th of July.
I'm sure there's a 4th of July horror movie.
I don't know. Well, in my opinion, it's Independence Day because those movies scare the heck out of me. Anyway, no, the best thing about New Year's Evil I can say is the tagline on the poster. Don't dare make New Year's resolutions unless you plan to live. New Year's Evil. Burma shave. Sounds like one of those little signs you see on the highway.
Right.
Burma shave. Don't dare. You go a few miles. Make New Year's. Yeah. Burma shave. Anyway. Oh. Yeah, New Year's Evil.
Just be scared when you start seeing billboards that say obey.
Yes.
And
because guess what? As of January 21st, you're going to be seeing that kind of stuff. Because we've got a monster in the White House. Little political. See, you learn stuff here, folks. A little political. I'm
gonna try to stay away from that one.
Yeah. So let's while we're on New Year's. Let's just continue our trashing. In my opinion.
Terror Train.
Terror Train, 1980, directed, if you can believe this, by Roger Spottiswoode, who was Sam Peckinpah's editor, and went on to direct the masterful Under Fire with Nick Nolte and Gene Hackman.
Nick Nolte.
Right. And some other great films. And he co-wrote 48 Hours for Walter Hill. But in 1980, he directed Terror Train, a slasher movie starring Jamie Lee Curtis, and if you can believe this, Ben Johnson. There's a killer on a train during a New Year's Eve party.
Yeah. But if there is something that it had to it, it was a very inventive long camera shot following her running through the train.
That was good because
that was good.
He is good or bad on Terror Train. The director Roger Spottiswoode is a director, a real director,
right?
A damn good director. Yeah.
And that those Steadicam shots, and then switching to the outside the train car, scrolling past the train, seeing her through the windows. That took timing.
Yeah.
That took.
That was well laid out. I'll give you that.
Right. So that was one redeeming quality that had. Almost Argento-esque in the way they used the camera in that film. I did respect the camera work in it. Story, not so much.
Yeah.
Jamie Lee Curtis, obviously, we love. She is the Scream Queen.
I believe that was her double. They were trying to keep her in a Scream Queen mode.
Right.
That was one of, not double, but triple.
Well, I mean, she
did Halloween, but in 1980 she did The Fog, Terror Train, and Prom Night.
And Prom Night,
Don't get me started on that.
Yeah, Prom Night had its fun, but it's not a good movie.
No.
I'm not going to say it's good, but
No, I'm not either.
It had some fun to it.
Oh, I hated every second of that. Talk about disco.
Yeah.
And look, I don't mind some
that was a heavy disco theme.
I'm a huge ABBA fan, and I'll admit it right here on this show. Are you hearing me? My name's Tony Francis, and guess what I like? I like ABBA.
Closest I love to disco is Michael Jackson. And for any of you who don't really think he was, look at his first album. His first album was disco.
Album, Off the Wall? Yeah.
It's a disco album.
It's a disco album. And a damn good one, by the way.
Very good one.
But no, Terror Train, I was never a big fan.
I can't say that I am either.
Yeah. But we have to talk about it because it's like the only other New Year's Eve one.
But again, go into this one with an open mind.
Yeah.
If you are a appreciator of cinematography, if you are someone who appreciates cinematography, it's done well. There are some very inventive shots.
I'm an appreciator of good cinematography.
Appreciator? Are you?
I just wanted to say it.
That's a new movie coming out next year. The Appreciator.
He likes it all.
All right.
Anywho, yeah. So we might as well. That wraps up our New Year's Eve horror movie part of this.
Yeah,
really nothing else. Yeah.
We can go on back to Christmas
very quickly because we know you want to hear about current ones.
Yeah.
There's a movie out now. It's on demand, and for all of you who have Netflix, it's currently streaming for free. And I urge you that if you watch it, do it that way.
Yeah.
Don't pay for it. It's called Holidays.
Yeah.
And it's an interesting idea. It is
anthology horror, yeah.
It's an anthology horror film. It's like 8 or 9, maybe 10 short horror films.
Yeah, very very short.
Very short.
Yeah, closer to the 10
and they're
15
all set in, Valentine's Day, Mother's Day.
Right, right.
And
St. Patrick's Day.
There's a Christmas one.
Christmas.
Ergo, we're including it in this
Thanksgiving.
one. And wasn't Christmas Kevin Smith's?
Yeah, I think
Kevin Smith does Christmas.
No, I think Kevin Smith was Halloween.
Oh, you're right. Kevin Smith was.
Yeah.
And I had never heard of any of the other directors.
No.
But
nor would I.
In keeping with the tradition of the show so far, I hated it. I didn't like it at all.
I tried to warn you. You were like, "Hey, we're gonna do the show about holidays," and I want to watch this anthology series called Holidays. I'm really excited. I was like, You're like, "What? No good?" I was like, You watch it and you tell me.
It's
the next conversation we had. You were like, "Yeah, you were right.
Yeah,
no good."
Holidays is a bad movie, but it's current, and if you're a horror fan, you should watch it.
And I would love to say it has that one segment that redeems it, but it really doesn't.
It has
a segment or two that are better than the others.
Yeah. I agree, but I didn't like any of them.
Not one that was like, all right, I would watch it just for this segment.
Yeah.
I mean, VHS 2 was crap, but that one Malaysian middle... No, it wasn't crap. I actually love the VHS series.
3 was crap.
I love the VHS series, but that middle story of the
Asian cult.
Oh my God!
Are they in Thailand?
That's one of the best horror movies I've ever seen.
Yeah, and it's 8 minutes long.
Yeah, it's one of the best horror movies I've ever seen.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Oh, it's fantastic.
And those of you VHS 2 fans know what we're talking about.
Right.
And it's in your face and frickin' horrifying. Yeah.
Definitely a fan.
Yeah. Well, you know what? So anyway, basically, skip holidays, but. If you're a horror fan, you need to watch it. You do need to watch it. We don't need to watch it, but if you're a horror fan, you need to watch it.
Well, let's roll off some of the cheesy ones, like Santa's Slay.
Santa's Slay,
starring Bill Goldberg, which neither of us have seen.
No,
I will admit to it. I haven't seen it.
I never wanted to.
Yeah. If you guys, if you like that movie, comment below and let us know if it's something we should check out.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll end up doing a Santa Sleigh show on its own or a short blurb about it.
Produced by Brett Ratner. I hate that guy. I hate him so much. You can take all the Rush Hours. You can take Money Talks. You can take Chris Tucker and stick them in your ear.
Chris Tucker Fridays is quality Chris Tucker.
You can take Friday.
Oh, really?
This is a controversial statement I'm making.
Wow.
My wife even says that. I hate Friday.
Wow.
Yeah. I never understood why it got so popular. I just want to grab Chris Tucker by his loud fucking mouth and rip his vocal cords out and feed it to his family.
Well, maybe you didn't understand the words that were coming out of his mouth.
Oh, my God. Don't say it. Yeah, no. Krampus.
I think you enjoyed it more than I did, but that's not to say that I didn't enjoy it. And I gave it a rewatch, so I couldn't have hated it if I gave it a rewatch just about 2 weeks ago. Just about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
And the humor in it is good. I like Adam Scott.
I really do too. I never used to.
Yeah, I like Adam Scott.
Toni Collette.
Toni Collette was great.
She's wonderful.
I expected her to see a ghost in the kitchen or something.
Yeah. No, it's outside her car door.
Yeah, outside her car door. Yeah. It's Grandma.
Yeah, she said she forgives you.
She said, "What was it?"
For those of you who don't know, and if you're listening to the show, you should already know. But Toni Collette played the mother in Sixth Sense.
Yeah,
but she's also a wonderful Australian actress who plays nothing but Americans now,
and has done a great job in many films.
Muriel's Wedding is where she came from. Nobody remembers 1996. This big hit. Yeah, but no, Krampus.
I don't either.
You don't? Oh man, Muriel's Wedding, wonderful. It's back when Miramax was.
I'm sorry, I dislike rom-coms, and rom-coms from before I was born. Probably even less.
You were born before 1996.
That's true. You said 86.
I meant 96. I'm sorry if I said that. I'll check that in the editing.
And I was actually technically I was born in 78, so I was born before 86 also.
You were too. You're right.
I was just saying when I was like a kid,
You're wrong either way, fella.
All right.
Krampus.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
It's funny though. What I love, and I borderline love. By the way, Krampus 2015. It didn't do that well, but it did okay. Directed by the guy who did the instant Halloween classic, Michael Dougherty. Trick or Treat.
Which is, I mean, it's quick side tangent. If you haven't seen Trick or Treat, go and watch it. Especially if you are a fan of anthologies, old Tales from the Crypt, Twilight Zone type. It's a composition of different stories. But like Pulp Fiction has that one thread that ties it all together. So it is one cohesive story. And it messes, like Pulp Fiction, with the timeline. Some events happen at different times throughout the film. But it all pulls together very nicely. Wonderful cast. Wonderful movie. Hugely underrated. I loved it.
One of my top 5 Halloween films of all time.
Krampus I like.
Krampus I like way more than you. I almost love it. I give it a strong 3.5 stars.
I didn't hate it. Yeah. I didn't hate it.
It's very good though. I mean, everybody knows Krampus, the whole Krampus monster thing.
Where does that originate? What region?
If you're a Norway, Germany.
That's what I believe. Yeah.
If you're a non-believer, if you don't have the Christmas spirit, Krampus monster's coming.
And he's going to stuff you in his sack.
Yeah, exactly.
And take you away and beat you with a stick.
With some evil-looking elves.
Yep.
Evil-looking elves.
Yep.
One thing I love about Krampus, or the thing I love about Krampus, is that it does have a blend. The previews were a little misleading. They made it look like it was going to be pure humor mixed with humor horror, and it's not that at all. It starts out immediately over the opening credits, a darkly comic treatise on holiday commercialism.
Oh yeah,
beautiful opening.
That opening montage,
wonderful, wonderful.
I think you were not a fan of Zombieland.
No, I'm not. I'm one of the only ones.
The opening credits felt similar between the two.
Yeah,
if you could see that.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, the kind of poking fun at certain things.
Yeah,
and definitely commercialism. It was like George Romero when he was making Dawn of the Dead put together a music video.
Right, I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, in Krampus, Toni Collette and Adam Scott and their son, and Adam Scott's mother from Germany, and that's how we know the Krampus.
Right. That connection character.
Yeah.
You always need that one explanation character.
But they have their family over, played by Allison Tolman, who did a great job on season 1 of Fargo.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, and her husband, I can't remember his name, forgive me.
Anybody listening, if you haven't watched Fargo, the series, go watch it. Both seasons are amazing.
Watch them all, watch them now. David Koechner, most famous from Anchorman as the sports guy. But yeah, they're all snowed in together.
What was his tagline?
I don't remember. It's been a while.
It wasn't whoopsie. It was something. Oh, damn it! I don't remember. I'll think of it.
But they're snowed in together in a house.
Whammy!
Whammy, that's it.
Whammy!
But they're all family, and they don't want to be stuck together for the holiday, and they are. And they're all snowed in together, and nobody has a Christmas spirit except Toni Collette and Adam Scott's son.
Yeah.
And because they don't have the Christmas spirit, the Krampus comes. But it's
unleashed.
Really well done. There are moments of real horror in that thing. The scene where the teenage daughter is walking down the blizzard-struck streets, and the Krampus is chasing her, and he's jumping on the rooftops,
from rooftop to rooftop
through the snow, and
it's cool because it's done far enough away that you never get a clear view of him.
Yeah,
but you can see that there's this thing jumping from rooftop to rooftop.
It's a beast,
and you can hear it.
Yeah.
And then the Jack in the Box,
the Box,
unveil
terrifying
of his toys,
that
come back, and very reminiscent of a very bad movie, but it took elements from Evil Toys.
Oh God,
it did. I mean,
right.
The Jack in the Box alone is an Evil Toy, ripoff.
That's a bad movie. Yeah, you're right. And I think it's more of an homage.
This
guy's
maybe,
a serious
he is
director here.
I didn't want to say ripoff. I meant homage.
But
whatever, the nicer way. Yeah.
There's some really good, and when she's stuck under the car with him, and then
finally you just see her get dragged out.
Yeah,
and then you don't ever find out what happens to her, but you do find out later. Yeah, she's dead.
Yeah, and there's a great sequence where they're all trapped in the house, and
spoiler.
The evil elves are coming, and David Koechner gets stuck in the kitchen fighting gingerbread cookie men. But it all works.
Yeah, he did a lot for this movie. He looked at the demons and he went whammy.
Yeah, right. Yeah. No, it all works. It's really well done, and the family starts fighting back, and it's I don't want to say full of chills and thrills, but it has some chills and thrills.
It does.
It has a cohesive story, and none of these people, at first you think they're going to be caricatures, and they're really not. They're well written.
Yeah, everybody breaks the initial caricature that they're built to be.
They all come together
They
as
are
a
all
family.
built to be caricatures.
Sure, yeah.
And they all do eventually show a deeper depth to soul, intelligence, things of that nature.
Right.
I would agree wholeheartedly. And the one thing I also really liked about this movie was he did come with an army of cool, new, iconic monsters.
Yeah, exactly. Those elf guys.
Well, not just the elves. He had the elves and all his present monsters.
Yeah, you're right.
You had his teddy bear. You had
the
Jack
teddy
in the
bear.
Box.
That's right.
Yeah. You had the teddy bear. You had the Jack in the Box. You had the robot.
The robot's good.
Yeah.
And of course, as the previously mentioned gingerbread
men.
The
gingerbread men.
I think you're getting me sick, sir. We shouldn't have made out before we started this. No.
I don't regret that.
I don't recall it. Anyway.
So our next show is going to be X-rated.
All right. So no, Krampus. I thought we both agree. We're both in agreement. Thumbs up. But my thumb is higher than yours.
Right.
I don't think it's a classic, but it's a damn good movie.
Damn
good movie.
You know,
I would own it.
I have grown a stronger liking for it the more time I spent since the initial theater watch.
Yeah.
And I think my second watch, because I knew what I was watching, I could go into it cleaner the second time.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it a lot more because I had no expectations for it. And I think what happened was initially I had high expectations.
Mm-hmm.
Not, high in the sky expectations, but I think it let me down compared to what I thought it could have been.
Sure. I mean, look, it's no Trick or Treat, but he can't hit every time.
No.
He's not Kubrick.
But it's really not bad. It's a stand-up horror film.
It is. It's really good and extremely entertaining, and a perfect holiday Christmas horror film, I think. So now we're going to end the show with we're each going to do our favorite Christmas-themed horror movie.
I think we can actually say they're both our favorites, and they're both our favorite too.
Yeah, exactly.
Only one is your favorite, and one is mine.
Exactly.
And they are pretty perfect. But before that,
go ahead.
I'm gonna go take a piss.
Why did you do that? Now I have to edit that out.
I know, but you can do it.
So yeah, I guess we'll just get right into it. These next two films are our two favorite Christmas-themed horror films ever. And we both agree.
Yeah.
One's my number one, one's his number two, and vice versa. So
yeah.
What is your number one Christmas horror-themed film of all time?
And not to tire our audience to death with the same film. I know I've talked about this before, and we have. But it deserves it, damn it. It's one of my favorite horror films of all time. And it is Bob Clark's Black Christmas.
1974.
Not to be confused with the remake.
With the abomination that was the remake.
Which I understand the director felt like he was completely robbed in the editing process and had a vision for the film that they didn't go with whatsoever. And they re-edited his footage and added scenes and things like that.
Oh, we'll see about that.
Yeah.
But
it did not come out well.
Yeah.
But the original Black Christmas. How many things can I say about this film? It was John Carpenter's influence when he did Halloween. It was the first POV of the killer. It was so many things. And
I'll tell you what it was. It was fucking frightening.
It was
a frightening film.
Terrifying. You never, ever find out really who the killer is. And it keeps that ambiguity, which is so necessary for true horror. When you over-explain things, when you get to
Nightmare on Elm Street Part 6 and you find out about the dream demons that all that stuff. You over-explain it to death and you give a reason for it, and guess what? You took away anything that was scary about it to start with.
Sure.
And that movie had a scary killer.
Yeah, he did. He was very, very, very scary. And you never saw him until later.
Yeah. Oh, and never really do find out who he is,
No, and there's no reason for it.
Right.
He's a psycho guy.
He escaped from a mental asylum.
I was about to say, the old standby.
Yep. And also sorority house horror movies.
That was the first.
It was the first,
Yeah.
Sorority houses became a staple for horror movies after that, and he did it first and did it.
It was the
perfectly.
first sorority house massacre.
Yeah. and I've enjoyed those films. I can't say they're good films, bad
I didn't
films.
like them much,
Yeah, but they had boobs and slashing and
and we were teenagers.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
It was your standard slasher fare. But
Sure.
this was not. Not at
No,
all.
it wasn't. It is done with extreme style. I mean, go ahead. This is yours.
No, I would agree. Extreme style. I mean, camera work done perfectly. Acting choices perfect. Music perfect.
Perfect.
And just the dread and the creep factor perfect.
And it has in a distant cousin sort of way, it has a when a stranger calls moment in it, if you will.
I would agree, and actually his phone calls are creepy. Like,
along with when a stranger calls, they are the most terrifying calls from a killer in film history.
And it wasn't.
Terrifying.
We were just speaking about this earlier. If you listen to the narrative of the phone calls, you can learn a little bit about this horror antagonist's background.
Yeah.
And it's not spoon-fed to you, but
no,
if you
it's
listen
not.
to
You can
it,
pick it up.
You can figure out he was an insane kid. He killed his younger sister. That's why he was probably sent to the insane asylum.
Mm-hmm.
And if he's willing to kill his baby sister, he's willing to kill anybody.
Yeah.
This is a guy who gets off on killing.
Mm-hmm.
And, when he gets away with it and the cops come and they go away, that first scene of him up in the attic and he's like, "Ah!" And he's celebrating that he didn't get caught and he gets to kill someone.
Yeah, he's excited.
He's so happy.
That may be the only scene that exists of that type.
Yeah.
Like, yeah! Woo! Got him!
Yeah.
Beat him!
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
that's a really good moment.
And it has maybe the best end to a horror movie.
No spoilers.
Ever.
But it is one of the most frightening moments I've ever seen in my life.
In
my life.
And to the moment of roll credits.
Yeah. It's right before the roll credits.
And even kind of during it a little bit.
You're right.
Yeah.
And it's sound and visual.
Which needs to be done well. And I'm looking forward to using sound quirks in our film that we're working on together.
Exactly.
Anthony and I.
We'll throw some nods, but we'll get there in a minute. We'll wrap up with that. We'll throw some nods to our favorites. Yeah, no, I love Black Christmas. I always have. It's always been one of my top 10, top 15 favorite horror films. It might be in my top 10. I need to rewatch it, but...
Fuck.
The great Olivia Hussey. Well, I don't know about great, but she played Juliet once.
Yeah.
The beautiful Olivia Hussey.
Gorgeous. And plays this role perfectly.
Margot Kidder, Lois Lane from the Lois Lane on film.
Yeah.
From Superman the movie and the followings.
And many other things.
Yeah. John Saxon is the police
lieutenant. Yeah. Before Nightmare on Elm Street.
That's right.
He was a cop. Before.
And the great Keir Dullea, Dave Bowman from 2001.
Was this pre? Yeah, it was pre Tenebrae too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By 2 years.
By 2 years. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it even beat out the great Dario Argento's Tenebrae.
Yeah.
With John Saxon playing an iconic character.
Yeah.
think about how much cool stuff John Saxon's been in.
We could do a show on John Saxon.
He even was a kung fu fighter,
as the kids
alongside
like to say,
of Bruce Lee.
For reals.
Yeah,
exactly.
He was the other coolest character.
He was in one of David Cronenberg's first films about racing.
Yeah.
Fast Company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
No, I like John Saxon. I always have.
Yeah.
Marlon Brando's been in movies with Marlon Brando. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a good actor.
Stand-up guy.
He's a good actor that kind of never got the parts he should have as the 70s and 80s went on.
It's true, but he always played a pivotal character in the films that he was in.
And sometimes a pivotal character.
Pivotal.
Right. No, John Saxon's one. And he's fine in this. And it's just a great, great horror film. It's usually when you talk about, and we're about to do it, when you talk about Christmas horror films, and I think they've heard that or not heard this tonight, nothing's terrifying. It's Christmas. Black Christmas is frightening. It's a frightening movie.
It is.
It's one of the creep factor hairs on the back of your neck kind of thing.
And not only the suspense, but it has a mystery aspect to it.
Yeah, it does.
You're trying to figure out who the killer is, and, it's not as easily thought out as you think it is.
No, and in a way...
it leads you in directions.
Yeah.
And...
in a way, it doesn't even matter.
It doesn't.
Mm-mm.
Because he's just evil.
He's a creepy, cackling killer.
Yep.
Giggling.
And he'll stab you to death with a unicorn.
He sure will.
Yep.
Boy, will he. And where's he coming from? Anyway. No, Black Christmas, one of the all-time great horror films. 1974. Let's pay attention, folks. The original from 1974, directed by Bob Clark.
Yes, not the remake.
I'm sorry, this isn't widescreen, so
no.
Pay attention, boils and ghouls. Black Christmas, 1974, directed by Bob Clark. One of the scariest films ever made.
Watch it.
Watch it. Don't watch it alone.
Oh. Well, then now, I guess we'll roll on to your
wrap
number
it up
one.
with my number one all-time favorite Christmas horror film. And this is one of the ones where people will say, is that really a horror film? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Gremlins.
Yeah.
1984, directed by one of my all-time favorite filmmakers, Joe Dante. Gremlins is just perfect, in my opinion.
Humor.
It's funny.
Horror.
It's cute. It's creepy.
Yeah.
There are jump scares. There's grotesqueness occasionally.
And a good story.
And a really good story. It's almost like a dark fairy tale, like a grim fairy tale.
Hey, I'm going to introduce you to this thing. It's called a Mogwai. Mogwai.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And you have Hoyt Axton. So you can't lose. Yeah, no, Gremlins, I don't need to go over the plot. Everybody knows the plot. Everybody knows don't feed them after dark. Don't get them wet. Da-da-da.
Right.
We'll just praise the movie. Everybody's seen it.
Yeah.
I even love the sequel. It's not as good as this, but to me it's almost good. It was like, the sequel to Gremlins is like Texas Chainsaw 2. He went in a different direction.
Right.
He went all comedy in Gremlins 2, the new batch. And that threw a lot of people off, and it didn't do well, and it's not well respected. I respect it.
It was enjoyable.
I like it a lot.
You gave them interesting characters. You had the spider gremlin, you had the bat gremlin, you had these hybrids.
And they
talked.
And of course, a lot of people didn't like that they talked. Yeah.
And the intelligent,
spoke.
gremlin.
Yeah. But no, Gremlins, the original, 1984, just fucking phenomenal. And apparently it's showing in Silver Spring at some point.
Oh, nice.
What's going on? I might go see it on the big screen.
Yeah, we might have to do that.
It's exciting. It's a roller coaster once it gets going. It sets up with this nice little story and gives you the warnings and that's what we talked about earlier. I can't remember what movie we were talking about. A proper slow build.
Right.
You set up the characters. You set up the town. You set up
a very nice, quaint little Stephen King-esque town.
Yes,
it's this
nice little
town on the surface
backlot town,
perfect.
Warner Brothers backlot town. Yeah.
Yep.
And it's Christmas time, and it's all well set up, and we meet Mogwai, and
Gizmo, yeah.
Yeah, Gizmo, sorry, he is a Mogwai. And, and then, once it starts happening, it doesn't stop.
Yeah, it rolls
doesn't
fast.
Stop until the end. The great Jerry Goldsmith score, which I have.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, it's fantastic. It's just a lot of fun, and it has everything that horror fans want. It has everything that fans of creature features. It's a creature feature. It's a creature feature with cartoon roots.
Yeah.
Which is what Joe Dante does.
Right.
He's a big fan of the old Looney Tunes cartoon, and you can see that a lot in this. And there's a couple of terrifying moments, like when the teacher...
And his Twilight Zone one.
Yeah. And his Twilight Zone, well, that's...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. When the teacher's trying to bring it out, he doesn't know it's changed.
Right.
Glenn Turman, and he's trying to feed it the candy bar, and it rips his arm off, basically. Yeah, I mean, there's some good... And the way Dante uses his lighting, lots of oranges and blues, and then the scene where they go to they make their way to the local pool.
Yeah, the swimming pool.
and
you
Zach
just
Galligan
see them
walks in and is bubbling over, and these just gremlins. It's just such
everywhere.
A good movie. It is pure entertainment on a masterful level. Joe Dante is a masterful filmmaker. I've always said that. And it's just pure entertainment, and it works as a horror film. It works as a creature feature, which I guess are inherently
works
horror
as a comedy.
Works as a comedy.
It works as a holiday film.
Yeah, exactly.
You know why we're talking about it today? Yeah.
It just works, and it's always been my favorite Christmas horror film. It's a different kind of horror than Black Christmas.
Right. I mean,
this is Christmas horror for the whole family.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
It knows that it's being a little cheesy, and it
but it
runs
also
with
knows
it
when
and
to go dark, and it works.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not too comedic. It's not too scary. It's not too anything.
Yeah.
It's a good blend.
And of course, the iconic sequence where the gremlins attack Zach Galligan's Billy is his name.
Yeah, Zach Galligan. I was gonna say Daniel Radcliffe, but I was like, wait, no.
No.
I always get the two of them.
I'm not sure he was born yet.
Yeah.
But no, when they attack Billy's mother in the kitchen.
Oh, Daniel Radcliffe, right?
Or
did I say
Daniel.
Yeah.
I don't know his name. But yeah, that's the iconic scene in Gremlins, and she fights back. She puts one in the microwave, puts one in the blender. Yeah, it's just fantastic. Everything about Gremlins I love. It's one of my favorite movies. Forget themes, forget genres. I just love it. It's my second favorite Joe Dante movie after The Howling. It's a masterpiece. I love Gremlins. I think that, and a great holiday horror triple feature, and you have to watch them in this order. Krampus, because it's not perfect, but it gives you what you need, and it's really good. And then you watch Black Christmas, because you're going to be terrified.
Yeah.
Terrified.
Truly the scariest of all that we talked about.
You're going to need a little relief after that, because wait a minute, it's Christmas. Why am I scared to death?
Right.
Then you end it with Gremlins.
Right.
And I'm not just saying it because it's my favorite. I'm saying that would be a great triple.
Yeah. You'd start it comedically.
Gremlins is your release.
Roll into scary, and then kind of a good neutral between the two.
Right. Yeah. It's fantastic. I think what we've learned here is most Christmas horror films aren't good. I think that's the lesson we've learned.
I think so. There's a lot that we didn't care for so much.
The whole first 35 minutes of the show, we didn't really like it. Nah, I didn't like that either. Nah, it's not very good.
Right.
Yeah.
Start with the bottom of the barrel, and that ended up being
we had to
most
do
of
it because we got to give you guys the big finish here. I mean, it would have been terrible for me ending on, Santa's sleigh, right? Yeah. Or Jack Frost.
Santa Claus.
Yeah. But
he has claws, y'all.
But yeah, so Gremlins and Black Christmas, the two greatest, and Matt would say Black Christmas and Gremlins, the two greatest Christmas-themed horror films ever made.
Both fantastic, both worth a watch.
And timeless. They're timeless.
Agreed.
Yeah. They are both products of their era, but are timeless.
Agreed.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in once again.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year
from the Theater of Blood Horror Show.
Yep.
We thank you guys for bearing with us on our political rants.
All our little side topics here.
Yeah, but we bring it home like we always do. So that's been our Christmas holiday show. If you guys want to debate anything, I'll debate you on Gremlins and Black Christmas all day.
Yeah.
I don't think many people would.
And some of the other ones were probably going to...
Deadly Night's better? No. You're not going to tell me that. And if you are, get out of here, you bum. No.
I don't love Silent Night, Deadly Night. It was the first because it was probably number 3.
Yeah, right. You know? And where else are you going to start? What a perfect place to start on your Christmas horror theme show.
Yeah.
You have to start with Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Killer Santa.
Yeah, come on. But anyway, no, it was a fun show, actually.
Quick honorable mention.
Yes.
The first, second, or third episode of the original run of Tales from the Crypt had a Christmas episode that was terrifying. And the little kid at the end ends up letting in the killer. Like, look, Mom, Santa Claus is outside. He comes in with his axe and he's, of course, going to play it.
That's fantastic.
Good honorable mention, but... Good show.
Good show. Good show, as they say. Good show, so. Yeah. All right, well, have a great holiday season. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. The Theater of Blood Horror Show. We will be back after Christmas, hopefully before the New Year. If not, we will be back in 2017 with lots of shows to hopefully interest you.
Yeah.
I have nothing. I was going to say something quippy. It's not there. To listen to. Right. You're right. So anyway, have a great holiday and a safe holiday, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Next time, bitches.
All right. Theater of Blood Horror Show. Signing off for probably 2016.
Yeah, probably.
All right. Bye, folks.
Later.